In video 14, we'll look at part 3 sample question, and then we'll see how everything works. We have listened the theoretical part of it in the previous video. Now let's see how it is done during the exam itself. So this is an example of a question. Right in the middle is what you are going to discuss on. How students use their mobile phones. And around it, there are 6 possible points. For education, for entertainment, for emergencies, for online shopping, for navigation, and for communication. Even though there are 6, you are not, it is not compulsory for you to use all 6. However, please try to use 4. Because if you use too little, you will not be able to show your ability in communicating. If just say you use 2 points only, means one person is going to present one and the other person is going to present the other one. That's why you must use at least 4. So I would say use 4, 5, or 6 to be able to show that you are quite comfortable with communicating with your partner. You might want to take a picture of this or write it down somewhere before we go on. Let me explain what happens. When you look at the question, each of you have to take turns. So we call that a cycle. One cycle is where you speak, your partner speaks. You speak a point, your partner reacts to the point, and then your partner gives a point. So here we will look at sample answers of how it is being done. So I will go cycle by cycle. So cycle 1 will talk about education and communication. So you will see here that first and candidate B, the second candidate, will actually give some information about education before he adds his point on communication. So let's go through this. I will be doing both. I'll start with education. I'm going to look this way. Okay, so when you're doing part 3, you're going to have to look at your partner. So I'm just going to turn a little bit so that you can know that I'm speaking to my partner. Okay, let's do this. I think one big advantage of mobile phones is for education. With mobile phones, we can search for information, watch tutorials, or even join online classes. It makes learning flexible because students are not limited to textbooks and they can learn at their own pace. Do you agree? Now I'm going to turn to be the other person and watch how I add value with the conversation first. Yes, I agree with you. Mobile phones definitely support education because students can revise anywhere, even while traveling. It also helps weaker learners since they can replay lessons or practice exercises online until they understand. Another advantage is communication. We can stay connected with family and friends anytime. Even if they live far away, mobile phones allow us to share updates instantly, which keeps relationships strong. What do you think? So that was cycle 1. Cycle 2 are 2 more points. Again, add value and then give your own point. So let's do candidate A. So just now it ended with communication, right? Mobile phones for communication. So we're going to pick it up from there. I agree with you. Communication is really important and phones make it quick and convenient to send messages, share photos, or make video calls. This reduces loneliness for people who live abroad or away from their families. Besides that, mobile phones also provide entertainment. People can listen to music, watch movies, or play mobile games. This helps to reduce stress and also spend enjoyable time with others who share the same interests. Candidate B will respond. That's true. Entertainment is a major benefit because it gives people balance between work and relaxation. For example, many young people play online games with friends, which keeps them connected. Another advantage is to use mobile phones for emergencies. If someone faces an accident or gets lost, they can quickly call for help or share their location. This sense of safety makes people more confident when they travel alone. So that's 2 more points. So now we have covered 4 points. Okay, remember, because we are learning and practicing, I've broken it into 3 separate cycles. Once you start practicing with your friend, you have to do it in one go. Now we go to cycle 3, which is the last 2 points, which are online shopping and also navigation. So we'll start with candidate A. Yes, I agree with you. Having a phone during emergencies really makes people feel secure. And even parents worry less when their children carry one. It means help is only one call away, which can sometimes save lives. Another benefit is online shopping. People can buy food, clothes, and even pay their bills directly through apps. This is very convenient for busy people who don't have time to go out. And it also offers more choices than in physical shops. And finally, candidates B and to end the whole cycle. That's a good point. Online shopping allows people to compare prices and read reviews before buying. Small businesses also benefit because they can reach more customers through mobile platforms. Finally, I think mobile phones are useful for navigation. With apps like Google Maps, people can find the fastest routes, avoiding traffic jams, and discover new places. This makes traveling smoother and reduces the risk of getting lost. So, with that, you would have done 6 points. And as I said, if you are talking after the fourth or the fifth point, and the examiner maybe lift up his hand to show that your 2 minutes is up, you don't have to worry because it means that you have succeeded in reaching the minimum time needed. After the discussion, we go on to the decision-making stage. As I said, the easiest way is to agree. So I'm just going to give you a sample of agreement. In the long videos, there's also a sample of the disagreement, but in this video, there's only a sample of an agreement. So after the examiner requests you to make the decision, as I said, anybody can start. We have discussed many advantages of mobile phones. For me, I think communication is the most important. It keeps people connected and prevents them from feeling lonely, especially when they are far away from family and friends. Then candidate B can add by agreeing with him. Yes, I agree with you. Communication really stands out because it is part of daily life. Even if people don't use online shopping or navigation every day, they still use their phones to stay in touch with others all the time. So we both think that communication is the most important advantage of mobile phones. So that is your decision making. And we have one final part, which is the follow-up question. Part 3 is a follow-up question. What is it? After discussion of 2 minutes and the decision of 1 minute, the examiner will ask a final follow-up question. Follow-up question is usually of a higher order thinking skill, HOTS question. It lasts for about 1 extra minute. The question is usually broader and reflective and linked to the theme. And both candidates must answer the question. So here I have a few sample questions which is related to just now's topic. Just now's topic was about mobile phones. So the follow-up questions will always be something related to that discussion topic. So Question 1. Do you think young people spend too much time on their mobile phones? So this is sample answers. Yes, I think many young people spend too much time on their mobile phones, especially on social media. This can affect their studies and reduce the time they spend with family and friends. Candidate B, and either agree or disagree. For here, I'm doing agree. I agree. While mobile phones are useful, young people sometimes become addicted. They need to balance their time better so that they can use phones in a healthy way. Question 2. How will mobile phones be different in the future? I'm going to read both. I'm going to tell you both answers. In the future, I think mobile phones will become even more powerful. Maybe they will replace laptops completely and have more advanced features, artificial intelligence. In fact, it's already happening now. Can it be? That's possible. I also believe phones will be smaller, faster, and more eco-friendly. Technology will continue to improve, so phones will become a bigger part of daily life. Next question. Do you think people can live without mobile phones today? Why or why not? Candidate A. I don't think so. Almost everyone today depends on mobile phones, from work, communication to entertainment. Life would feel very difficult without them. Candidate B. I agree with you. Mobile phones are part of modern society and most people rely on them every day. Living without them would mean going backwards in terms of convenience. So remember, in part 3, you must show interaction. You must build your partner's ideas, politely agree or disagree, and then share your own view. Only then you can prove to the examiner that you have skills for communication. If you are just speaking about your ideas and not referring to your partner's ideas, means you are not actually communicating, but you are presenting. So remember, you must interact with your partner. And how do you do that? You show the examiner that you have listened and you comment on your partner's points. Use a range of connectors, like on the other hand, in relation, for instance, and provide clear examples. Finally, make sure you help in reaching a decision together.